Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Shadowbringers. We are at the Lawless Ones, but we're discussing with the Pneumo here about getting their scepter so that we can go fight Titania. And I've got to come over here afterwards, Volkdorf, to deal with the Amaro. But let's go ahead and talk to Widlad. Widlad's ears appear droopy even by Pneumo standards. What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The Lawless Ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the Lawless Ones? They're Pneumo like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting, making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage. By way of my service, I will make you something very special. No, hey, Pinfilia. Excuse me, Rin, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, would you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can. Alright, you're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The Lawless Ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Coleridge's Chambers. They took many vials of ink. I would be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible. Hello, kitty cat. Can I help you in some way? Alright, so this is the first quest in which we have to go this way. To the other, to this side of the land. In fact, it's interesting because we actually have to go all the way down here. Like way past Volkdorf. So. You really want to battle me? Now, I have switched over, as you might notice, to Samurai. Hilariously, the glamour that I first used on Dancer happens to be the same glam that I have set for Samurai. So, I didn't even do that on purpose. Like, I switched to Samurai and I was like, oh, this is my glam. So it's like, hey, cool, I get to just use that in the thumbnails. Whenever I actually can sit down and make thumbnails anyway. I want to, I want to, apologize, I guess. Because none of these pre-records have had thumbnails. And I'm not even entirely sure if I can get thumbnails for some of them. at this point. But I have been taking regular screenshots throughout Shadowbringers, so I should at least be able to get these. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with pneumo. It looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Rin. She does indeed use the rogue rig. You can tell because rogue has a different running animation from ninja. I've mentioned that before to people and they've been like, huh? What do you mean? I'm like, you've never noticed that it's got a completely different, like, set of animations for Rogue? It does. It's actually kind of neat. So... Now, normally, well, not normally. Like, yes, I can, just fly if I want to. But, this is more fun to, like, actually have to go through and, like, use my skills on these guys. You know? You frick. You hadn't aggroed at all during any of that, and now you're gonna tell me that you're gonna aggro here? I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I think it's up there. So I need to go. Samurai has a lot of buttons. Actually, where do I need to go? It's like it's here. If you see stairs there. Did I just miss them on the other side? Like, I figured there would be stairs and I didn't see them. Oh, yeah, duh. The mushrooms are the stairs. Got it. That makes sense. There's one over there. And I'm assuming I can hop up these to get up here. Besides, it's a little bit more experience, you know? Yes, it's 1,000, so it's barely anything, but it is still some experience. And that helps somewhat in avoiding, getting over-leveled inevitably. glad that that doesn't cancel anymore. Can't tell you how many times I did that back when this was still a new skill. Also, I didn't even know that like I had that skill now. What level is that? 74? Huh. Because I just haven't done any like my level quests, or not quests, but like dungeons, since I've been like leveling samurai and whatnot. I had been Philia.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're safe too. See, you use daggers.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me.
Aww.
Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
It's the Light Warden.
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle.
Creepy.
This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nemo.
Nemo. Hey! I
I
guess
will bear
right.
word to Thancred and the others.
They finally gave us a voice line. And it's Nemo! Just like I was thinking it was. Cool. I'm glad. It's obnoxious to say instead of Numao, but freaking if that's what it is, that's what it is, so like Numo is just difficult for some reason. At least for me, I don't know. I have a hard time with it. That's all I can say. Mercy, Your Majesty. Had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Words and patterns inscribed using this magical ink cannot be seen by the naked eye. Yes, it's the ink. Almost all of it, too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse. Thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision, too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin-eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I'll give you the service I promised. Ahem, nothing up my sleeve, and voila, may it serve you well. I have no idea what that normally would have given me as a quest reward. I'm going to assume maybe an accessory. No. It is a whopping 3 Aetheryte tickets. Wow. For real? Yeah, I mean, it gives you free teleport through, you know, via Aetheryte, but still. The Elder's answer. Widlad looks a satisfied Numo. Ah, there's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Widonk returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. Tidings, huh? Good tidings or bad tidings? Who knows? Who knows? Widonk. Ah, there you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that, you have my thanks. Now then, you'll be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberation, we are forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it, the stone scepter of the Pneumo. This makes 3 relics. 1 more and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmag's founding, rose as ruler of all Fey folk to bring order to our righteous kind. In our turn, we Fey folk render our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. God, I could not say be prepared. Oh, dear. Is there anything else that we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to return among us a while longer. To remain among us, rather. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have the chance. We would see that you are comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Oi! Honestly, I look away for one moment and every fairy and an uncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling. Mine, do you hear? Not yours, and not the Fua's, and anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her, but wish they hadn't. I love Feaul. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amaro safekeeping in their settlement, Wolkdorf. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered. Owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have the Fey folk. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your journey. When you arrive in Wolkdorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Seto, and he is their leader and the bearer of the relic. Seto! Alright then, let's get going. Alright. Off to Wolkdorf. And we will be able to meet with the Amaro. Born on. Fool are nothing but trouble. This one's preening, which is cool. I love the Amaro. Like, they're so cool. Oh, wait. I stopped to attune to the etherite. And wait a minute. I'll need to actually do that. You have Traveler over here. Enormous Amaro. An enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. What will you say? Seto. But oh, forgive me. I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? I'm looking for your relic. Did I hear you right? You desire the crystal shoes, that you may confront the Light Warden. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts. Whoa, somebody with a, major base in their card just went by. 'Tis harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. And little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. It would behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think. There is no surer way than to speak with its members. In such wise, you will come to understand Seda's reason for refusing us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amaro and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of a greeting. Alright. Let's go over here and talk to Respa. But first, a light pet. How long has it been since last I felt a man's touch? I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Vorbert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the Sin Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. They're all going to be mounts, aren't they? They're so fluffy. It's like touching a cloud. They were at one point all normal Amaro that were used for mounts. I'm guessing that's what it is. So, again, I don't really remember a lot of this because it's been quite a while. So, that tickles. Enough. I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all of us mindless beasts. But then the Mage of Ronka gave us the gift of intelligence, that we might better serve our masters. After that empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, the seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us, among other things. So it was with me. I never had a master, as I told you. Okay, so maybe they weren't all mounts, but yeah. They were all just normal Amaro, and then they just kind of gained sentience afterward, after being around humans long enough. Hello, Nimbus. What's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fey folk. Understandable. But then we are Fey folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amaro, I take it. Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare, and not scorn, that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. The resounding roar, Urianje's brow is furrowed in thought. Finn, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth most. Tell him of thy many great deeds. Spoken in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren, and you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us even once fills our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. Owen, don't worry. This is something I must do, though. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Fey folk to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price. What more is owed? Why, then, would you risk all to face our fallen king? To keep a promise to my friends. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well, you may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends, that you may slay them. But that does mean that every Amaro has the potential to become sentient and intelligent, you know? Even the ones that we use as mounts all the time. I will use my voice to lure out the Sin Eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial, I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. Ready then? Very well. You sense a hostile presence. Whoops. I didn't realize I had that much. I didn't realize I had all three already saved up. Whoops. Hang on. I didn't I keep forgetting that I have the second one. Like, I haven't been at this level in like a while. You know? I haven't played Samurai on like my main in a long time. And anytime I have played Samurai, it's been on Rin. So, you made short work of those creatures, I will not deny it. I have seen enough. Let us return to Wolkdorf. By the ease which you slew those sin-eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think. And if you should be willing, there's a favor I would ask of you. Memento of a friend said it would make a personal request of you. This is not a test of strength, but a personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin-eaters who had wandered into Ilmag. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. All the places that it should fall, it was Longmere Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fua, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I have despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you will be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. Sure. I shall go look for thy medallion. Now, of course, it's all the way on the other side of the lake, as you can see. So, good luck, getting that without flight. Like, yeah, there's a path down here to the lake, and then, you can just swim. But, like, that's so slow. Luckily, we do have the flight, There is a glittering object over here, though. This does not appear to be Seto's medallion. How about this one? Nope. Is it like inside of a building? Would seem odd since he just kind of lost it, you know, outside. You know, it just kind of fell in here. But maybe it is. Yep, it is. It was inside of the building. Like maybe it like sank down through like the window over there. I don't know. Who knows? It is interesting, though, that when you go underwater, you're not, like, just going underwater. You're going into, like, a separate map. Like, if somebody was to hang out, like, above the water, and then you went underwater, you wouldn't actually see them above the water. Nor would you see somebody that's under the water. Hey look, Tancred using /lean. Hyanje tells me you've been busy trying to win Seto over. I agree that you're the best woman for the job. Silver Tongue can only get one so far. Whatever Seto hath in store for thee, I wish thee Godspeed. I heard a fearsome roar. Is everything alright? Ah, you are returned. How fared your search? Golden Medallion. Despite its age and prolonged submersion, its Golden Medallion still retains its luster.
My medallion! You found it!
Not what I figured he would sound like.
Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul.
Very much not at all what I would have guessed he sounded like.
He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again, when I was young. In those days, I could not speak, but we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure, fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Artbert, and he was my friend.
Ardbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood, him and his comrades. Some few spoke up for them, of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names. as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
I'm sure Ardbert knows how you feel.
You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
The foreshadowing. It's the shoes.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Uh-oh.
Has something happened at Leader Loran?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Gait. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success.
So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Midfilia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
No trial duty support yet, so, you know, have to find a way to split us off. That didn't come till, I want to say, I'm thinking there might have been a trial in Endwalker. That was the first one with duty support. Yeah, the Mother Crystal. But that was the only one in Endwalker. Because apparently it was, quote, extremely difficult, unquote. Octla Orm Inn. Seta would wish you well on your way. Forgive me. Seeing my indecision has caused you precious time. But I'm convinced now. Convinced that you will triumph. To the south you will find the bridge to Lygia. As the bearer of the 4 relics, the gate to the castle will open to you. Whee! Alrighty. It is about to be time. That said, I didn't think about the time and that we were going to be doing a trial. So hopefully it is literally not too late in the day to get into this. Because again, there's no duty support for trials yet at this point. So, whee! Just gotta follow the stairs. I mean, I could have flown straight to the quest marker, but this is more fun. The gate has recognized that you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, a being bereft of reason and mercy. It is sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it is you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling, though we fey folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not, come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. Dancing Plague is now accessible. Alright. Enter the Dancing Plague with a party of other players. Crown of the Immaculate, Dying Gasp, and Seat of Sacrifice. These are the 4 MSQ trials. I have not done the Sorrows of Werlit on this character. And thus, I do not have any of that stuff unlocked. So now, we just hope that there are enough players queued up in Trial Roulette that are all level 73 or higher. I had to think about that for a second. You know, that have also unlocked it. Wow, that was fast, actually. I was just, like, thinking on words to say for, you know, pausing, but I didn't have to in the end. So... Whoops. Yep, it skipped cutscene. Oh well. Let me go ahead and fix that while we're at it. So after this, I'll have to pull out. I'll have to pull up the cutscene. Oh boy. This music. Also, I'm back to only having one Maikyu Usui. So that must be like a level 75-ish ability.
You sleep when you're dead.
Okay, at least I'm remembering that I have the thing this time. Somebody standing in the pool.
When you play with fire.
And there's the pool. Also, what does this ability do again? Kenji Gait. Or Kenji Gait. Okay. It's just like the freaking machinist one that I never used.
We're sick of this cramped old castle. Let's play in the forest.
I mean, really all it does is let me freaking hit that a couple of extra times. It's not like an amazing ability. I know technically that is more damage, but still. It's one of those like, yeah, okay, it does, you know, add a little extra damage. But like, there's only so much damage you can add, you know, that actually, like, matters. Just like I keep forgetting to use freaking Hitsatsu. Or Yaten, I guess? Whatever. The one that lets me, like, jump backwards. You know? got Mustard Seed, we've got Puck, and we've got Peace Blossom. Swish, swish. People generally want to take out Mustard Seed first because it does like big AoEs. But it looks like we're taking out some of the others first. I mean, we did take out Mustard Seed first, but like somebody was focused on Peace Blossom.
Grow, my lovelies, grow! Bigger's better.
I don't actually know what the meditate skill does, but I know that like it's something to use. It's like using the chakra thing as monk, like when you don't have anything directly to use to do. It's like it builds up a resource of some kind. You know, in the case of monk, obviously it's, you know, your chakra. And the more of that resource you have, the better technically. You know? Because again, it's more damage overall, right? Which is fine.
And dance like the leaves on the flowers. This is so much fun. Let's play some more.
So yeah, I think I was trying to read it, but like there's so much there that I have no idea. Unfortunately. Like I cannot wrap my head around what it says. There's just too much text. Just read the tooltip. Freaking don't make tooltips 1,000 words long. You know? Sound effects are like really loud this time for some reason. I'm not sure if I like changed something or if they've just been that loud this entire time and I just wasn't aware because the freaking... What I'm betting is that like I've had an air conditioner running right next to me and today it's actually like cool enough that I don't have to have it on like max power. And so it's probably not blaring out my hearing, you know? Whoop. Whoop. And so therefore now I can hear things better. So.
We can play no more.
Whoop. Goodbye, Titania. I'm surprised this is a post-instance cutscene. You know, they didn't just have her, like, knocked down. And then, after the instance, we trigger all of this stuff, you know? Whoop. Night returns. Here, I'll throw a comm over at Nyx, since they just did it for the first time themselves. Plus, you know, they were the only person in the instance, so...
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak.
Four relics.
The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose. For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king. The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place.
What?
However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do.
That's what she was meaning.
My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind. Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead.
There she is. The new Titania.
Kinla, Ilichla, Ilmek, Okbra. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
We now have the power of the Fairy King at our disposal. Boy, I wonder what will happen to the Yulborn army. The little pixies didn't have enough power.
Confound it. How did they get here so fast?
But what happens when the Fairy King steps in?
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
How in the seven hells?
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to your maw. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
At least the pixie got away.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life? If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Fool! Defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Huh?
Look, the sky.
She's done it. The warrior of darkness has triumphed. General, what are our orders? What do we do?
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the warrior of darkness.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
Well, that doesn't seem good.
What's happening?
That doesn't seem good. The leaf bed now. Huh? Water?
Water? That wasn't there before.
Hello, it's a Fua. Excuse me, Fua. Well, he did.
Help me!
All of the fairies have come together now. Oh, well, hi. Poof. Rip that guy.
What's with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it!
Dude, they're like dead. Like, that's not get a hold of themselves. They're straight up dead. Oh, crap.
General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat.
All who stand with a warrior of darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
Sure. So face me. So he says as he flees.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Fëa all volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Fëa all, or should I say,
Your Majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wished to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Ilmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength. In return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call.
What about our pact?
Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side. Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would your Isnefis.
Disperse! Nice. Never for a moment did I doubt that you would triumph over thy foe. Yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me nonetheless. Night hath returned to Ilmeg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom, and averting the 8th honorable calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fae folk put the Ulmorans to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. Ah, but what valuable allies they might prove, were the mood only to take them. Right? Though the battle is over, the war is far from won. Let us fix our gaze upon the road ahead. It was pure luck that we managed to hold the Ulmorans at bay long enough for you to succeed, but we have earned some good fortune. And while it is plain we've not seen the last of General Ranjit, I for one am glad to delay our reckoning with him a while longer. It seems I was wrong about your friend. Had Fair not stepped in, you'd be frolicking with the fairies by now. It's true. I'm going to train harder. Having seen what you've achieved, it's the least I can do. The wheel turns. Thancred wishes to have a word with the hero of the hour. No, I knew you could do it. Not only because of your blessing, you have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going, to get together, needless to say. To the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fae folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me woeful the city was spared Yulmora's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us all when I say that I've had a bellyful of Ilmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. To the Crystarium. I have no idea what the other couple people there were, like, discussing. I wasn't paying any attention, so. The Crystarium looks good. All seems well, thank goodness. Though we spent most of our time on the road, and Philly and I actually have apartments here. Perhaps now we may finally make use of them. I see nothing out of the ordinary. The city appeareth unchanged from when I visited. There is the self-same comforting hum of activity in the air. Which zone is next?
All seems well at the Crystarium.
I'm trying to remember.
Yes. Yulmore was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh. It's time for him to appear.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation.
There he is.
I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations.
Solus Sos Galvus.
As for my true identity... I am Emmett Selk, Asian.
Hey, I've been saying it right. I figured I had, because
Guy
that's how...
spoke of you, a native of the source.
I had, but, like, that was also the Japanese version, so... I don't know how it was said in English.
And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle?
I love him.
Oh, it is truly, deeply... infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthry's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all.
Yep.
Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what Lahabret did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Vaktik is next.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Yeah. He's right here. Advent Silk. That an Ascian of Emmet Silk standing should willingly reveal himself unto us, and at this of all junctures, is most interesting. Finding common ground with an Ascian, my entire being rebels at the very notion. So that was an Ascian. Tancred told me about them. He appears to be gone, but I won't be lowering my guard just yet. Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Rin. Perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. And thus begins the returning to a certain location, like between chapters, that every expansion has done since. Which I don't mind. Like, it's a great way to indicate, like, alright, this chapter's up, you know? Welcome back, miss. We've been expecting you. You'll find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Very good, miss. I bid you a pleasant evening. Which does mean we should be in our room. Maybe not, because, yeah, doesn't he usually start us back outside afterwards? It's fine. Food. Oh, yeah, you get one of... You get this sandwich thing here as a reward at the end. Hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray, take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmet Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmet Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Not everything. Tell me about Seto. You're putting me off my dinner.
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Sure. Let's chat. And night passes. It's good that I sleep in my clothes. You know? It's good that FF14 Rin sleeps in her clothes. And isn't like real OC Rin. party soon divided. The manager of suites is in a cheerful mood. Good evening to you, miss. Do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the ocular. He asks that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Sure. But first... over here. Cannot use that in New Game Plus. Well, frick you too. Suspend. Duties. Shadowbringers. Right, here we go. Dancing Plague. Since it skipped over this, I haven't actually, like, seen it in a long time. No voicing? Who goes there? You're the one that broke the seal? Light Warden, Titania! Ah, so much time lost. So much frolicking and feasting left undone. We must make up for it. We must. Beginning by playing with you. I'm sure there were other party members visible in that cutscene normally, but they aren't because, you know. Yep, Raktika, because Kitana Revel. And then we go to Amarang from Malik as well, and then we go to Kalusia for Mount Golg, and then we finish it all off in Almarat. And then there's a bunch of other stuff after that that happens. That leads up to Endwaka. $10, okay. Alright, back to New Game Plus mode. Resume. Before I do that, let me just go ahead and retrieve some material off those. We'll do a quick repair all inventories. I actually don't know how durability works. Like, at what point, like, your durability, the durability on your gear actually, like, takes damage. The Docile Gait. I know we looked that up. Docile. I feel like it didn't have anything to do with, like, something for a gate, though. Yes, let me enter the ocular. Hey, look, a glance into the Crystal Tower. Hmm?
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Hello, Emmett Silk. What are you doing here?
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. It did. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
The Colonel, perhaps. That's one jot. I don't know, but if he crosses us, I'll make him wish he hadn't.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did.
That's true.
It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Yeah, that is unfortunately the truth.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters.
He seems perfectly okay with us stopping the rejoining. Like, what the frick, you know?
I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Yep.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Yustola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
You're
Is
still,
Yustola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest. I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luram.
And did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
I confess a great deal of my time in Kalusia was spent befriending the people, but that is not to say I gave no thought to our primary goal. Once I have escorted the Exarch to Yulmore, you can be certain I will do all I can to discern the whereabouts of any warden that may be hiding in Kalusia. There are so many ruins scattered throughout Amarang, I'm honestly not even sure where to start. I should be glad to apprise thee of Ystola's recent endeavors during our journey to Raktika. Minfilia and I are no strangers to Raktika, but this is perhaps the first time we've bothered entering through the proverbial front door. At last I can finally meet Yustola. Tancred has told me so much about her. Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather, the ruins of a church, at Fort Job. Might I ask that you go there before seeking out Yustola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within that hall there remains a tablet, whose writings I believe may prove of use to Yustola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart to Raktika, we shall journey on to Fort Job, where we might secure this relic. Okay. I wasn't sure if now they were going to have different dialogue or not, so I figured I'd double check. But they don't. So, off to Fort Job then. Which is just a short travel away from the edge of Lakeland here. Or the edge of the Crystarium, rather. In fact, it's just on the other side of the Exarch Gate. Right over here. Tancred and I have come across these ruined churches before. Wish I could have seen them before the flood. The windows were works of art, I'm told. I do not doubt this place may weather another assault by the Sin Eaters. They cannot hope to hold it should the Yulmoran soldiers return. Even with their limited numbers, the Guard can use the terrain to their advantage. Perhaps I can convince the captain to lay a few traps out in the field. Here amidst these ruins we will find the Church of the First Light. Within that hallowed hall the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. A little faith. Ariande appears lost in thought. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, the site served not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and it all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from the fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of those worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Whee! Luckily, it's literally right here. It's not even outside the zone. Despite their architectural prowess, it can make neither head nor tail of anything in this place. You would think the remnants of a church would be more conspicuous. Well, I mean, the church is freaking annihilated. So... Charlie! It's enough. Hush. It would be most unusual, but mayhap the hall was built below ground. Church of the First Light. Seems odd that a light-worshipping religion would be underground, where there's no light, but... Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time. Yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the knights blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed. 'Twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well the Yustola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed in their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke, no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. Search your surroundings for the tablet. Using the search thing. You know, instead of having you walk around like they usually would. Anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? Nope. For the tablet of Holy Scripture, it would most assuredly rest here on this altar. Yet this would, I presume, also have been where the blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whether then would they have set the tablet? I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. I mean, why don't we grab the torch? I wonder what this is. You've located the tablet. Yes, by the way, I did see it, like, right at the beginning. Hey, look over there. Within the altar, thou sayest. How were you able to see it in the dark? Inside the altar of all places. Certainly hope this is what we're looking for. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious. These engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are written in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. Fine gift for a seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth your story only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Into the dark. Ariane is ready to leave, but not before first offering a piece of advice. And we'll find out what that advice is next time. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist for more episodes. Normally, I would stream over at twitch.tv/SereneInc, but I have been in the process of moving throughout the month of May because this is probably going to be going up in June, so I'm saying it that way. I uploaded something today that went up on like the 29th, and I still had like 4 videos left. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure I'm in June by the time I get to freaking the next thing I record, so. But yeah, I've been moving throughout the month of May, possibly through the beginning of June, you know, so. Hopefully that has gone well, and I will hopefully be back to streaming soon. With that said, feel free to come on out to the stream if you want, you know, to see whatever it is that I stream, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.